Things just took a major twist. One of the league's most explosive wide receivers and a former Offensive Player of the Year is reportedly unhappy in Minnesota, and a trade request could be coming soon. Could he be a Seattle Seahawk next season? Today we're breaking down everything you need to know, the latest on a potential Justin Jefferson trade to Seattle, why this move could make sense, how it might impact the Seahawks, and whether the team should even consider pulling the trigger, as this would completely reshape the future of the Seahawks. It was just tweeted by Rich Johnson, a very reputable NFL reporter, that Vikings wide receiver Justin Jefferson doesn't see things working out with him in Minnesota. He prefers to play with a QB that knows him well, and the Seahawks and Bengals are at the top of his list. What's up, everyone? Kyle Guerrero here, host of Seahawks Digest, where we bring you everything Seattle Seahawks news related, rumors related, as it is happening in real time. And man, do we have a video for you guys in store today. Disgruntled wide receiver Justin Jefferson just came out and said he wants to play with a QB who is familiar with him. The two QBs he's talking about are Seattle Seahawks quarterback Sam Darnold and Cincinnati Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow. Today we are breaking down everything that is going on with Justin Jefferson, from his contract status to trade packages to does it even make sense for the Seahawks to entertain trading for this kind of player, and what it could mean if the Seahawks do pull the trigger on a deal like this. Let's get into it. But before we do, we have noticed that 98% of you guys are not subscribed. If you love the Seahawks and want to be kept up to date with all kinds of daily content over this offseason, please subscribe, give a like, and ring that bell. It really helps us with the algorithm, and it's free. So if you don't subscribe, you don't love the Seahawks. Now let's get into it. Justin Jefferson has been one of the most elite wide receiver talents since he entered the NFL in 2020. He is a guy that often goes for over 1,500 yards and around 8 to 10 touchdowns. He was the NFL's Offensive Player of the Year in 2022, the same award that JSN won just this year. Jefferson is known for dicing guys up on his routes and having some of the most elite hands the NFL has ever seen. He is a guy that can work in the slot. He can work as a deep threat. He is a really do-it-all wide receiver that can move all over the field. And he is known to most NFL fans and debaters around as a hands-down top 3 wide receiver in the entire National Football League. But no matter how good of a wide receiver you are, you can only do half the job. You need a competent quarterback to be able to hit you so you're able to catch the ball. And this year has been just an absolute nightmare from Justin Jefferson. He has gone from being one of the top guys to barely cracking 1,000 yards this season, easily the worst year of his career. And that is all because of quarterback. He went from a guy in 2024 in Sam Darnold, who threw about 35 touchdowns and led the team to 14 wins, to pretty much a rookie in J.J. McCarthy that didn't even look like he was ready to be out on the field most of those games. And also, remember when the Seahawks played them, whatever week it was? I think they had a guy named Max Browser, whatever his name was. He was under quarterback. The Seahawks demolished the Vikings that game 26-0. Could you imagine being Justin Jefferson and looking over at your ex-quarterback across the field? And that is why many fans are thinking it's about time for Justin Jefferson to get up out of there. Looking at this tweet here, not too crazy of a prediction. Vikings, Justin Jefferson, get out of Minnesota. It's not all that crazy, the number 1 wide receiver with a new team. If the Vikes don't get a new QB who can win, then why would he stay with the Vikings to just keep losing and not achieve the biggest win, being in the Super Bowl? He can't keep doing this year after year. And this is exactly why all of these rumors are coming up right now. Like, think of Jefferson playing with Darnold last year and now watching Darnold go on to be a Super Bowl winning quarterback with a guy named JSN on his team. Jefferson is right on that level with JSN, so having your star quarterback go and then just having an awful year like Jefferson did this year, it's got to be brutal. So yeah, this was a really tough year for JJ, and he probably does want to get out of there, but he's not a free agent. He's not a guy that can just get up and leave right now if he wanted to. He signed a 4-year, $140 million extension in June 2024, including $110 million guaranteed, which at the time made him the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL. So, trading for a guy like Justin Jefferson is going to mean multiple things. It's going to mean giving up a lot of draft capital because of the value that Jefferson brings. And also, whatever team trades for him, his contract is going to be a big hit. So, they're going to need to fit that into their own salary. But now that's kind of where the Seahawks come into play because we have $75 million available next offseason. JSN and Devon Witherspoon's, their extensions won't kick in until 2027. And yes, we have a lot of key guys we need to re-sign this offseason. K9, a new quarterback, maybe Boy Mafe, Kobe Bryant, but we've still got room to play if we did want to go out and get a guy like Justin Jefferson. So what would some Seattle Seahawk trade packages look like for JJ? The first thing we could try to do is go just for JJ by giving up multiple draft picks. We could give up our first round this year, our first round next year, and then maybe even a second on top of it. Now, looking at what the Seahawks did this year, it's never been going after the star player that really returns the most value for us. We look for diamonds in the rough always. We look for dogs. We look for competitors. We're not a team that want divas. We want guys who come in with a chip on their shoulder. Another deal we could do is a first round pick and then maybe a starter off of the Super Bowl winning team. But I just don't know who the Hawks would be willing to give away in this situation. Boy Mafe is a free agent, Reek Woolen's a free agent, Job is a free agent, and those are guys which a couple months ago, if we were at the deadline, I would say we would be willing to move upon draft cap. And we don't really want to give up any of our young studs who are still on their rookie contract. So the deal that probably would make the most sense is multiple draft picks for Jefferson. But keep his contract in mind. With JSN and Witherspoon's extensions kicking in next year, with the Hawks having to sign multiple players and more guys becoming free agents in 27, it's going to put the Hawks really in a crunch salary cap-wise. But if we were looking at the upside, could you imagine an offense with Sam Darnold, Justin Jefferson, JSN, and Kenneth Walker? We would be good on every single level. We could really do whatever we want at any time. The main thing would just be making sure that Sam Darnold is protected, that he has time to throw. Because if he has more than a few seconds, we might get touchdowns every single drive. Now, this would be absolutely insane. And this would be a move the Seahawks would make only if they were going all in for next year's Super Bowl, if they want to become back-to-back champions. But does that put us in too hard of a salary cap crunch moving forward after next season? And where does the team really go from there? We would have to potentially give up some of our depth pieces, and then also our draft capital for the next few years. And is it really worth it when our offense was as good as it was this year? We also have the reigning Offensive Player of the Year wide receiver, JSN, on our team. Do we really need a two-headed wide receiver monster, kind of like what Cincinnati did with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins? And now they're no good anywhere on their roster besides the two of them and Joe Burrow. Are we better just having one stud in JSN and then really good supporting pieces around him, like Rashid Shaheed, like Cooper Kupp, like Barner, like Horton? Or do you guys think we should go get Jay Jettas and have the best tandem in the league? If I was John Schneider, I would want to keep doing the same thing that has been working. Yeah, we may lose some guys this offseason, but look at the signings he made in DeMarcus Lawrence and Cooper Kupp. There are going to be more vets on the market this summer that are going to want to go ring chasing. And now the Seahawks are a contender to get those older veteran guys that just want a Super Bowl ring and will be willing to come for a veteran minimum. But I want to hear from you guys down below. Do you think the Seahawks should make a trade offer for Jefferson? What do you think that would look like? Or should we just run it back with the squad we had this year? If you like this video, please subscribe down below. We are going to be bringing you Seahawk content all off season long, and it really means the world if we're able to keep growing this community and growing this channel. Till next time, go Hawks.